In the recent weeks, I've tested hundreds of trading plans, and this Fibonacci retracement strategy is my favorite so far. I will explain how the trading plan works, how you can build it yourself, how you can backtest it to see its performance and how to use it in the live markets. I'm going to explain the trading plan on the chart step by step so you can learn and practice with me, and we're going to also automate it in Profectus AI, the platform where you no-code any trading style. Let's dive into the video and let's dive into the charts first. Let's start by looking at some trade examples because that is the best thing to learn quickly how this works. So we have here a big move to the downside, a nice strong impulse, and then a retracement towards our Fib retracement levels. That can be 0.382, it can be 0.618, whatever you want to use in the algorithm. Then you enter the position short, you're gonna sell euro dollar. This is on the 1 hour time frame, but you can test it of course on all pairs, all symbols, stocks, crypto, FX, but also all time frames. We have this push to the downside and we close it here. But what is this level? Well, that's the extension. So we measure this strong leg to the downside. We enter on a Fib retracement like 0.382 or 0.618, and we want to exit the trade on a Fibonacci extension. And that can be like negative 0.27. That's like a very good extension. And that just takes this leg and then calculates, okay, this will be the target and that will be the extension. If you're a little bit more advanced with Fibonacci, you also know that there are more extensions like further away, maybe target right here or even further. So let's quickly look for another setup. Right here you have a leg to the downside. Let me zoom in a little bit for you. We have this strong move to the downside, and then we want to enter again on a Fib retracement. So price comes back. We're gonna short here in this strong bull candle. We're gonna short, we are against this candle. We believe that this move will retrace and then continue lower. And then we take the short here and we close here for profits at the extension, okay? Then let's continue. What do we have here? Here we have another strong leg. We expect another rejection there. However, this was a stop loss. So 2 wins, 1 stop. And you can just keep looking for setups. You can change the stop loss, the target. Let me quickly find a buy setup. This one is very nice. You can see here, strong move to the upside and then a pullback, you enter and then exit for the extension. So I've tested this just simply on euro dollar, the H1. You can of course test it on multiple things. Right now you can already see just euro dollar is already quite good, even though I didn't optimize the stop loss, the management, whatever, like I didn't do that much yet. I can still do all of that, but you can also use this and then add maybe dollar yen, pound dollar, pound, name it, right? And then you build a portfolio and then you add these results on top of the other ones and you build a nice portfolio and you can trade, or the algorithm can trade this particular trading plan for you on all the pairs you want. You can analyze here a little bit more. You have here the PL, profit loss by hour. So this means it looks at when do you open the trade, and then if it closes, it will calculate, okay, was that a profitable time to open trades. So right here you see that trades opened at 1800 are not that profitable, you know. So this is a quick insight on your strategy. Is every day profitable? Yes. Is every session profitable? Yes. Short positions are profitable, longs are not. So these are all little details you can already use to investigate, okay, how can I improve this particular trading plan? So how do you build something like this in Profectus AI? In the past 3 videos that I shared on this channel, we did one live webinar talking about Fibonacci. Then we did 2 tutorials with 2 different strategies. And this is number 4, and this is really bringing everything home. If you're just watching this one now, make sure you also check out the other ones and subscribe to this channel, because our mission is to automate any trading style. Comment below if you have suggestions like I trade this way. Of course you can do it. We already have a season on ICT and SMC concepts, supply and demand, support and resistance, legends like legend strategies like Toby Crable, the opening range breakout, all those types. Now we do Fibs. Next season will probably be fully focused on prop firms and how to build algorithms with news and all of that involved. But for now, let's bring this one home first. Okay, what do we have here? First of all, run per candle. This means, if you're new to the platform, by the way, it's a drag and drop platform. We have made it easy for you to connect these blocks and then no code your trading plan. We have here run per candle, so every candlestick close, if I run this here like on Aussie dollar, the 1 hour time frame, then every 1 hour candle close, then we're gonna check, okay, what's below, so we move through. It's like a decision tree. Then what are we checking? Well, the trade rule. Okay, this trade rule is the candle low of 5 is below the candle low of 1. So how do you count candles real quick? If we go to a trade setup, if we check real quick this trading setup right here, we have this impulse, right? So this is maybe where the impulse starts, and then this is where the impulse ends, okay? Let's say this price is currently here. So we are at 2nd March 3 at night. And then if price is here and everything here to the right doesn't exist, then this is candlestick 1, candlestick 2, 3, 4, and 5. The algorithm measures if the low of 5 is lower than the low of 1, for instance. That is not true in this case, because this candle low is higher than the low here. Then we know it's a bearish move. If it was the other way around, so if the trade rule was correct, let's say we take this as an example, right here, this candle is lower than that candle, and therefore we know it's a bullish impulse. So what we do in the trade rule block here, we have yes, it is true, and we have no, it is not true. So this is a little bit advanced, but it's super important to know. And the trade rule here tells you candle low of 5 is below candle low of 1. 5 is 5 candles ago, candle 1 is 1 candle ago, okay? So we're comparing the past with also the past, but more recent. And then we check, okay, is this a bullish impulse? If it is a bullish impulse, we're gonna write some things down. That is called the variable in Profectus AI, and it's just like you writing something on a piece of paper. Maybe you calculate something for your manual trading plan. An algorithm also has to write things down, store it in memory, okay? And that is called a variable. A variable is used for that. What are we saving? Well, if you go to inputs and variables, and by the way, you have here the help center where you can ask all your questions if you're new and you need some guidance with building. We're gonna go to variables, and I have a ton of variables here, and I created a new one. So you click on plus and then type in low. We already have that, so I can delete it here. And here you have the low, and here you have the high. What is the low? Well, the low is on default just the number 0, nothing happens. But when this block triggers, we're gonna change this 0 of low, and we're gonna change it to the value of the candle low of 5. So the algorithm will just go 5 candles back, look at the low of that candle, and then write the number down. What is the price level? So that is now stored. So now we have the price level written down as low. And here we store the high. So this is the same story, but now we're gonna take the high of 1, okay? So the highest price of 1 and the lowest price of 5, and then we have the whole impulse. We're gonna write that with the name high, and now we have 2 values. It's not 0 anymore. Now, while this algorithm is running, it found the high and the low. Then we move on. What are we doing with those values? We're gonna take the high, we do it minus the low. Why? Because then we have the distance between the high and the low and how big the move is. Is it a small move or a big move, you know? That is so important to do, and we call that an impulse. And then the ATR move, we want to measure the volatility of the markets. So the average true range is a good indicator to do so. And what we do right here is we created an input. So that's just a setting. You can also just change this by the number 4, also fine. Then you take the average to range times 4. So we have 4 times the ATR, so 4 times average volatility in the markets. And then if we have that number, then we can compare, is the move from these 2 candles bigger than the average volatility of the market? And then we can measure how strong the move is, how big the impulse is. Normally, if you trade manually, your eyes decide if a move is big or small, right? With algorithms, you need to really define it. And if you can define it, then you can automate it, and then you have real data to back up if something works or not, and you're not gambling here, okay? With that said, we have now impulse and ATR move calculated, so those are two more values. What do we do? Well, then we're gonna calculate the Fib levels. We have done that in the prior videos as well, so I don't really have to explain it more. But here you take the high minus the low, you write that, you give it a name and you write down the answer. That answer you multiply by 0.382, and then you have another answer, we call it just high-low Fib 1. You can name variables whatever you want, but that works for me, that I remember, okay, that is that. Then also the high-low answer that we calculated here, we also going to multiply that by 0.618 and also 0.78 and 0.27 to calculate the extension later on. Then we're going to check, is the candle low again, 5 lower than 1? So we check again, are we in a bullish or bearish impulse? If we are in a bullish impulse, so the low 5 candles ago is lower than that of 1 candle ago, we have a different formula to calculate Fibs, because a bullish impulse you calculate your Fib retracement different than with a bearish one. How the bullish one is calculated, high minus high-low Fib, and then you have the Fib 1 level, that's 0.382. Fib 2 is 0.618, Fib 3 is 0.78, and a Fib extension is we take the high plus, because let's say you have a bullish impulse, the target needs to be above that high, right? So we take the high price plus 2.7, and that is then the extension, okay? Also known as the negative 0.27, so that's the extension. The other formula is this way, that's for the bearish side. And then we have everything. We know all the Fib retracements, we have the extension, we have everything, you know? So that's super nice to have, and then we can trade based on that information. Run per candle, count trades. I don't want to have any buy positions open. Is the impulse larger than the ATR move? So remember, I'm taking the average volatility and multiply that by 3, 4, or 5 times. If you use 5 times, it's a huge number, right? So you need a huge impulse to be greater than 5 times the ATR. So you will not have many setups. If you do 4 times, it's a little bit of the sweet spot. You can also do 3 times, then you have more setups. And yeah, I normally test all of them because it's all automated, so I can just backtest instantly, right? So if we have an impulse bigger than the ATR move, so we have a strong move, we check again to be certain if we are in a bullish impulse, and then we're gonna place a pending order on Fib 2. Fib 1 was 0.382, so Fib 2 is 0.618. So we're gonna place a buy pending order on 0.618, and then the stop loss is candle price low. What was low? Well, low we found here, right? That's the candle 5 low, so that's the stop loss. And then the target is Fib extension, so that's that 2.7 extension. Same story is true here. Run per candle, sells only, so we don't have any sell positions open. We're gonna check if the impulse is strong, a big impulse to the downside, and then we're gonna check, is the candle low of 5 below the low of 1? If that is true or false. Let's see, is this correct? We have to change that, my apologies. So right here, oh no, it was good, sorry. I'm confusing myself now. We have here the same rule as here, however we use the no answer. So that's also a way. You can, of course, if the answer is yes, we go that way, and here I just use the same block and we take the no answer. This also works. And then we place a sell pending order on the Fib 2, so 0.618 again. And then the stop loss on the high now, because we are selling. So the stop loss is above the sell price. And then we target the Fib extension. And don't forget the expiry, because sometimes price just continues and then the order is just laying there. And if you don't tell the algorithm to delete it, it will just be there forever. And that's not what you want. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, comment below. We also have a free Discord community, and you can find all the tutorials here on YouTube, but also you can visit Profectus AI. Below in the description, the template of this strategy is there. If you click on it, it will open up and you can test it in the platform. And yeah, let me know if you like this strategy. Let me know if you improved the strategy, and I see you in the next one.